Yeah, the darn wind has not been kind to my barn. It blew so hard. Always wondered why it was so windy in March. That was God's way of pruning trees naturally. Things are greening up. Got some moisture, had some rain. We just need some warmer temperatures. Got my garden plowed up. Haven't spread any fertilizer on it and manure. Haven't put any manure on it yet, and disked it in and started putting anything in it yet. A lot of years we'd already have quite a bit planted, but I don't know, it's just being so cool back and forth. Get warm a few days and then it's too cold a few days, and there's just no sense putting stuff out there to get ruined by putting it out too early. Get hurt with have a little cold snap or something. So, but anyway, what's the matter, Billet? Ooh, it's a blustery day out here, but it is March, so I guess you just come to expect that. Always wondered why it was so windy in March, and I come to realize that that was God's way of pruning trees naturally. Blowing hard enough to knock the dead or injured branches off of trees, as you can find plenty of evidence for in your yard, I'm sure. But I never was fond of wind. Never liked it at all. It always, well, unless I was flying a kite or something, then I wouldn't mind so much a stiff breeze. But we're heading down here. We're walking through my spare parts and future projects area. Did I ever show you these Hemi engines? There's a one there. That thing was a power unit that powered a irrigation pump like this one here. This one's in a little better shape, ain't as rusty. It's a big irrigation pump there. But this here is an industrial Chrysler Hemi. You heard the famous 392 Chrysler Hemis. Well, this is I think 372 or somewhere around in there. It's basically the same thing as a 392, but it's got a thicker cylinder wall because it's an industrial. It's like the 366 Chevy truck engine was the same as the 427, just had thicker cylinder walls, not as much bore. At any rate, but yeah, I got a couple of them here and would like to fix up one of them as the pump here, and then we were going to the other one. We were going to maybe I got an old blower I was going to put on the thing and put on one of these modified tractor frames I got. And this here is a Ford power unit. It's a great big old son of a gun. It's bigger than the flatheads that they put in back in the like the 40s or something in some vehicles. It's an industrial one, and he's pretty large. Yep, he's pretty good size. I don't know exactly what the it's chilly. I don't know exactly what the cubes are on it, but it's like a third larger than what they put in their vehicles. I forget what the cubic inches are on the flatheads. Some of you will know, I'm sure. Is it something like 230, or I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. Not as big as you'd think. This is 3 something. I'll do some checking. But in this, I got some John Deere engine sitting out here. This is a gas 4020 engine. I'm sure it isn't much good. And it's a 329 out of a combine. That's a diesel one. This is a gas out of a combine. That's a diesel 404. These are just parts things. But this one here, this 329, this shouldn't have it sitting out here really. This is right out of a combine running. It's in good shape. At least it was in good shape. It was in good shape. But and it will be again someday. See, this the tack only goes to 3,000 on this industrial, and so it's never been overworked. Chrysler. But anyhow, like I say, we were maybe going to fix this one up and just restore it as a power unit, but the other one we were going to take that engine out and go through it and build it up and put a blower on it. And I got a tractor frame sitting up here that originally had a 392 Chrysler Hemi on it, blown. But I can foresee that I will never get to do that. We got too many other things to do. If I was a little younger, I would say we'd have time to do it sometime. But yeah, this is the frame here. Ain't much left of it. It's called home brewed. This is just a frame. I got a rear sitting over there. They had a Massey Harris. That engine is just sitting on there because I needed to move it to get it out of the way. They had a Massey Harris 44 rear, which I got a couple of them laying around that we were put in there. Hey, guys, bringing this 4430 here for the boys to work on. I think I hear them coming down the driveway. We'll have to walk over to the barn after a while. I was going to show you something over the lower barn, but we'll catch up with that in a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, the boys got, I don't know, 500 or 600 horsepower out of this 4430. He wanted a few other things done to it, so here he comes. Hey, how's it going?
I appreciate it.
Yep, no
you want to
problem.
ride back up there, or
Don't matter.
okay?
I can give you a ride.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's too blustery a day to be.
Yeah, we got it together. You want to take a look at it?
Me and him back up to his truck. He had parked up out of the road. He had a right long low boy trailer, and you can't hardly get him into our driveway. So I run him up there. As you can see, I've been cleaning up a lot around here. Yeah, well, maybe you can't see it, but I have. Yeah, sir. Anyway, we were heading toward the barn. If y'all see anything you need, please. Need a set of tires, however you so want to say it. Tires. Need a door for a 57 Chevrolet pickup truck. Driver side door. It ain't great, but it ain't horrible either. Anyway, yeah, the wind is terrible. This is our lower barn here. It's a 5 foot barn. Those of y'all that raise tobacco would know what that is. use 5-foot sticks instead of 4-foot sticks. Right now it's not used for tobacco. I stores a bunch of my tires in here. Again, you need a set of tires. 24/5 32 Firestones, Super All Tractions. Will fix you right up. A bunch of different other tires here. Tires from different pulling tractors. Randy, did you used to have these on that 4000? I'm not sure. They're 23 134s. I thought maybe you had them on your 4000. I don't know. But anyway, this is the lower barn. Yeah, the darn wind has not been kind to my barn. It blew so hard. We had just put a main beam on there a year or two ago on these concrete piers, and the wind blew so hard, blew this wall in, and blew this main beam off the piers, and we gotta do something with that. It's getting to be in bad shape with that pieces of tin missing there, rotting out that sill. Need to do some fixing, and wind is a terrible thing. Like my cousin Paul always used to say, wind ain't nothing but the devil himself. What do you dogs think you're doing? Yep. Wind, I never could figure how this barn has stood all these years. It's when the March wind comes right broadside of it every year for 100 years. It's been more than that too. It's been standing here. I don't know how in the world it still is standing. But got my 30s here. Where's that other 30 I got? Oh, it's over there. Yeah. Well, anyhow, there's some of the old Tonka toys we used to play with down here when I was just a young child, when we wasn't hanging tobacco. Anyway, yep. But that's something we need to address here pretty soon. That wall, that west wall on the barn. So I got to get back in the shop and finish making a rear plate, or a flat back, I guess you would call it, for a John Deere G. We'll make them up there pretty light, and got to finish forming the steel so we can go ahead and weld it up. But a nice 1010 here. I got to put some rear tires on it. I'm gonna put a wide front on it, and I got to get rid of that thing. I got a bunch of stuff I'd like to get rid of, but what I need is a right-hand man, somebody to help, somebody that I can just put the work down here and do some cleaning up. And got some old pulling frame there and a front end, and I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff here. I did take a dumpster full of scrap out and getting ready to fill it up with some other things like this block here. This block has throwed a rod. I think this is the one that throwed a rod. Yeah. Yep. And I think I'm going to just get rid of that. And this is a transmission from a combine right there. And you can find almost anything sitting around here if you look hard enough. That's a neat looking little tractor. We need to do something with. I forget what it's called, Earthmaster or something. I can't remember what the thing is called. But I want to get in out of this wind. I ain't been doing so good health-wise, and I ain't felt like putting up a lot of stuff. But this wind ain't doing me any good. But that's a decent looking 4430, even with the bird droppings on the hood. Yeah, sir. I better get in here and do some work. Yeah. Making up this here flatback. Just about got all the metal formed. Need to go ahead and weld it up, and because we got cut out there, and you need your filler plug goes in there. We'll get him. Here's a picture of what they look like when they're done. Yeah. But anyhow, do a little more blacksmithing on it, get it closer, and fill up some of these gaps, and then start tacking them together. Yeah. Drill some holes. And that's the report from Grimes Engineering this Friday. See ya.
I appreciate it. Yep, no problem. Ride back up there, or don't matter. Okay.
I can give you a ride.
All right. Yeah.
It's too blustery a day to be.
Yeah, we got it together. You want to take a look at it?